Thank you so much for joining my boot camp. I always need your motivation and energy in order to do this class because I cannot do it alone. So let's get started with our warm up. Take water breaks anytime, modify any of the movements, and play music if you'd like. All right, the weather is now cold. I've determined that 55 degrees is, my winter jacket down jacket weather. So I've already started bundling up, which means I have no idea what I'm going to do once it drops down to 40 and 30 degrees because I already have my, thickest winter coat out. Swing those arms, lift those knees, brace the abs, and keep that chest up. So when the weather gets cold, we definitely want to make sure we're fully warmed up before we do anything that's more intense so that we don't accidentally pull or strain any muscles. I have been sitting on my butt all day until now. Well, that's not true. I actually took a very leisurely stroll to the post office. So I guess I did something other than sit on my butt. But definitely did not take a lot of effort. I'm in marching nice and wide. Swing those arms a little more laterally to the side. Open up those hips. This is when we do our squats, wide squats, that kind of stuff. Our hip muscles, our groin muscles aren't totally shocked by the fact that our legs are going away from the midline. Go at any pace you like. This looks very silly, but it's actually a really great warm-up. Increased range of motion, dynamic movement. All right, direct the legs to the front. Toy soldier march. Again, try to keep swinging those arms in opposition. My legs are a little bit straighter, so I can sort of start to get into my hamstrings. It's okay if your legs aren't fully straight. I understand we have tight hamstrings. Now we can squats. So we always do squats in our body weight bootcamp class because it is just one of the most well-known, popular body weight exercise. Whether or not you do boot camp, every day you use squats, right? When you sit down on the toilet, when you stand up, when you sit down in a chair, and you stand up. You take the T, you sit down, you stand up. So knees and toes aligned with each other, feet about just outside shoulder, hips, shoulder width apart, hip width apart. Then butt back and down. Keep that chest up. So spine will be straight but tilted. Okay. The knees should not shoot in front of the toes, if you can help it. And that's accomplished by keeping the weight in your heels. All right, let's do some lunges. So nice long strong feet are hip distance apart. So make sure you have that lateral width. And it helps with your balance because if you are on a tightrope with your feet, that makes lunges extra hard. Lunges are already hard enough. Make sure that stride length is long enough so that when you bend the back knee, both knees are forming 90 degrees. You hear me say the same thing week after week, but it's just good to always remind ourselves the proper technique for lunges. Keep that chest up. You can do whatever you want with your arms. I'm just praying that my legs are going to hold up today. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not praying. So we're going at slightly different paces, so we're roughly doing around 16. It's okay if you do 14 or 17. Not a big deal. The most important part about these time circuits that we do in boot camp is that you feel fatigue, you feel challenged. That's how you get into better shape. It's how you improve your fitness. It's because you kind of push yourself to the limits. And then as you get stronger and fitter, you push yourself to the next limit. So you're always finding sort of your next goal. It's a never-ending journey of finding your next challenge. All right, that's good. I think I need to tie my shoelaces. I'll try it next time. Okay, so let's go into the ground for some planks. And I'm going to talk about the workout for today. We're doing our 40-second, 20-second. So wrists underneath the shoulders, braced abs, squeeze the butt, nice straight line through the ears and ankles. So we're doing our 40-second, 20-second timing. I find that to be sort of the best balance of it just being long enough that it's challenging, but not so long that you feel like you have to slow down and pace yourself. Like when I have to do a minute of something, I find that I'm often like not pushing myself for the first 10 seconds, and then I kind of push myself more toward the end. So we're going to do 8 exercises in a row, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds break, next exercise, and then we'll get our minute. All right, let's do some push-ups. Sorry, a lot of wrist thing right here. Shake it out real fast. You can do push-ups on your knees. So here's the kneeling push-up, hands nice and wide, wider than shoulder distance. Knee push-ups. You have your body in a straight line from ears to knees. And then you have your toe push-ups. Straight line from ear through the ankles. So just remember, for chest push-ups, you want your hands wider than shoulders, and for tricep push-ups, you want your hands shoulder width apart. All right, let's get into the first exercise. So it's 4 exercises times 2. That's what gives us our 8-minute round. So you'll see each exercise twice before we pause for the break. The first exercise is inchworm, jump back. So you inchworm out. You do a push-up. So if you want to do a tricep push-up, just keep your hands down. If you want to do a chest push-up, you want to walk your hands wide. Jump forward. Wait, what is this? So you go like this, walk it forward, walk your feet in, jump back. Sorry. With your feet. I was like, what did you write? All right, figured it out. Sorry about that. I know, look at my hair. Like all messed up too. And I haven't even started working out. All right. The instrument is not with the hands today, it's with the feet. And then you can walk or jump your feet back. Ready? All right. So we're here. Walk your feet in. Jump back. Push up. Or walk your feet in. Step back. Push up. And if you need to go to your knees first, go to your knees. So you walk it in. Walk or jump back. Come to your knees. Do your push up. So your hands should be wider than your shoulders the whole time, unless you've chosen to do tricep push-up. Now you really have the ab brace before you jump your feet back. So that by the time you land in a solid plank. All right, I want you to point forward. And then keep your lower body rotating while your upper body shoulders stay square to the front. All right, if you want to do a non-impact version, step back and rotate again the lower body. So imagine like your pelvis is facing corner to corner, and your shoulders and your arms stay square to the front. They're always pointing to the front. So your lower body independently can rotate of your upper body. This is the jumping version, and then the non-jumping version. Your shoulder muscles and arm muscles should be engaged because you're keeping your arms parallel to the floor. Okay. I just remembered you guys can't hear the timer. Oblique, knee to elbow. All right, so back to our push-ups. 1 push-up, knee to opposite elbow, push-up, knee to opposite elbow. Starting in 5 seconds. I don't know why Zoom doesn't allow you to hear that anymore. Push-up, knee to opposite elbow, push-up, knee to opposite elbow. You can come to your knees, come off your knees, and do the knee to opposite elbow. So really focusing on not just your arm for the push-up, but also your core muscles, your obliques, transverse abdominis. Hold on to that strong plank position. We just add up to this. All right. So you do a set of abs. We don't break after this though. We're going to go back into the first exercise, which is your push-up feet inchworm. All right, so we're going into a single leg teaser. Run up and try to reach your toe as you straighten the leg right here. Work your abs. Lift and reach. One leg at a time. Momentum to throw your body up, but you really want to ultimately aim to use your abdominals and not momentum. Get a nice little hamstring stretch here, right? Fire up those quadriceps and hip flexors. We're going into the inchworm jump back. Right after this, in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let me know if this, that changes it so you can hear the timer. I really don't know what I did to my settings that one day you all just can't hear the timer anymore. Ready? Let's move. Walk it in, jump back, push up. Again, when you jump back and land your feet, you don't want to land and let your hips sag like that, right? You really want to jump back and have that stick, have that really strong plank position. Engage core, brace abs even before the landing. Landing with safety. In 5 seconds. And that's it. So 20 seconds of rest. I know if your arms are really tired, you can bend your arms and just keep your shoulders squared, but if you can, and remember, here's the non-jumping version. Get your heart rate up, keep the knees bent, soft landing. Rotate, 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 rotate. Keep the leg muscles loaded, right? Because we never fully straighten our legs. Imagine there's a square on the floor, and your feet just take turns jumping from the opposite diagonal corner, landing on them. Focus on the rotation of the lower body, and keep the shoulders square to the front. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, back to our push-ups with the obliques. All right, once again, focus on the abdominals. It's not just an arm exercise. In 10 seconds, we start. And after that, we have abs. Oh my gosh, it's hard to do 8 minutes in a row. Push-up, obliques. Notice when I pull my knees in, my butt doesn't move. I'm not like hiking my butt in the air or letting it sag. Ten seconds. Chest focused and abdominals focused. All right. Oh, we get our break from our arms for our single leg teaser. Once again, it's this. Now, if you want to lift both legs, you can. Looks like that. Bend, straighten. If you want to try that, go for it. So as you roll up, straighten the legs. As you roll down with control, you slowly bend the knees. 4. You keep one leg down. And you reach for that alternating straight leg toe. 20 seconds. I started that one early. Figured it's just happens. I shouldn't say just that. All right. Now you get a whole minute. That was 8 minutes of work. You don't just count the 40 seconds. You also count the 20 seconds because during that time, your heart rate's still elevated. You're fatigued. And if you didn't just have that built-in recovery period, you wouldn't have been able to last the whole 8 minutes. All right, so it's important to have that in there. All right, this next one, we do a reverse lunge, bring it together, tuck jump. A tuck jump is as you jump in the air, you pull both knees into your chest. It does take a little extra work because you want to jump a certain amount of height. You can bring your knees up and down. So if you don't want to do the tuck jump, you can skip the jump completely. Or you can do a non-tuck jump. So there's the tuck jump. All right, bring my knees in. You can do any jump you want. You can do a star jump if you want. So in 20 seconds we're starting. So alternate, reverse lunge, jump, and then reverse lunge. All right, we're starting in 8 seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lunge, tuck. Oh, my hand goes off screen. That's pretty impressive. Just kidding. It is challenging to do a tuck jump because you gotta pull your knees up and then get your feet underneath you to land. So use those arms. Use those arms to get as much height as you can. I'm going to step my legs together. I don't actually straighten it all the way because you need to have a bend in your knee in order to propel yourself up. 5 more seconds. 3 more seconds. Okay, that's it. All right, burpee time. All right, so you do a burpee, and you do a jack, and then you come down, you step and walk it back, and do a jack here. All right, I'm not going to do push-ups, but you can do push-ups. So, jack, jump down, jack. You can go pretty fast, up, down, if you don't do a push-up, but it doesn't mean that you can't do a push-up. So you can do a jack here, push-up, come up, jack, down, jack, push-up, all right? And then you can skip the jacks or make a low impact by tapping it out. Tap out, tap out. All right, lots of options for burpees here. All right, burpee round over. Now we're gonna do alternate, reverse lunge, and star jump. Actually, I did say that. I didn't know I'd do this. Okay, here we go. Alternate, star jump. Other leg, star jump. I know the first round I said you could do star jumps too. Basically, it's a lunge and a jump. I forget that this round was all about getting the heart rate up. With various kinds of jumps. So a star jump is basically an airborne jumping jack. This is the jumping jack. And you can do that, of course. Your heart rate should really be up. Pause. I can barely talk. Really driving the heart rate up here. Oh. We can do abs. At least our heart rate can come down for a little bit. So I want you to roll back, lift, bend, sit up, roll back, hold, lift, bend, sit up. This looks eerily familiar. It's similar to the other one, but instead of rolling up from the floor, we roll back from vertical. So here, we end up in that tilt, and that's where the challenge of the abs are. If you want more challenge, arms up, keep it up. Keep those arms up if you want a little more challenge to the abs. All right, 20-second break, and we're back to our reverse lunge and tuck. Okay. Sort of regrets planning this like this, but I think in my head I thought it was really cool to do a bunch of lunges and a bunch of jump variations. Okay. Let's go. Oh, below me. What else? Maybe can hear this, or if they can feel that I'm shaking the whole building when I land. You think I'm capable of shaking the whole building when I land? 5 seconds. All right, we have our burpees with the jumping jack, tap out with the jack, horizontal jacks too. All right, in 10 seconds. Catch your breath. Heart rate is up. Feeling the challenge. Ready? Let's go. Maybe I'll do push-ups this time. In, out, in, push-up. In, out, in. So many variations of push-ups. Ten seconds. And 3, 2, cut. I decided not to go for my last burpee, even though I could have probably done it in 3 seconds. So we're doing our lunge to star jump. And you can, again, tap it out for jacks if you would like. I'll face you. Let's go. These. So as you come together with your lunge, keep your knees bent so you can propel yourself up. If your legs are already straight, see if I stand with my legs straight, then I have to bend down to jump again anyways. So just keep it low. And you can slowly flow into that jump. Yeah, keep moving, keep pushing. I think it's really hard to talk. Although unless you're talking to someone, you won't know if it's hard to talk. Okay. Let me fix my mat here. Kind of shifts around. This is our last exercise until we get a 1-minute break. Again, we're going to go from the top, halfway down. Before we went from bottom, halfway up. Ready? So our heartbeat does start to come down doing abs, but ideally, we want to really burn those abdominals out. You're just going to feel your quadriceps and hip flexors as you straighten those legs. If you don't really feel your abs, go back a little further. You don't want to be on your lower back. So you get your lower back really close to the floor, but you don't want it to touch the floor. Okay. Take a minute. Take a minute, take a minute, take a minute. I should get some water, but I'm too lazy to get up and walk over there, which is about 10 feet away to get my water. So I'm going to stay right here. Okay, a little hard point. Okay. So that's this move called the Everest Climb. It's kind of like a mountain climber, but instead of running like this, you go really, really big lunge, switch. So we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring your leg back, bring it down, and then you want to go 4, 3, 2, 1. So how do you do this when you're on your elbows? You really have to get your feet out wider. So if you've ever done any rock climbing, you have to be really close to the wall and sort of put your feet. And this is why it's called an Everest climber or a mountain climber. Because if you ever Whether it's indoor rock climbing or outdoor, if you're trying to get your foot to the next foothold, sometimes you get to interesting positions. All right? So let's start high in 10 seconds. Actually, it's 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. So you split. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Arms up. You don't always have to start with the same leg forward. So alternate which leg goes forward first. Oops, gotta bring it back. You're gonna feel some triceps here in your shoulders as you stabilize. Your butt does go up a little bit, right? As you're jumping, switching the feet. So it's not super core, super abs, but it's really about, all right, pause. It's really about the arms, shoulders, and your hips there. Walk, bring it in. Lunge, bring it in. Squat, bring it in. Lunge, bring it in. And you can jump it the whole time. So it goes out, in, out, in, out, in, lunge, in. So imagine there's a center, and you split your feet front and back, out and in. Oops, I forgot to squat. Squat, lunge, squat, lunge. So the non-jumping version is squat, lunge, squat, lunge. So if you have your feet in the center, go wide, together, split front back, together, squat, pause. All right, so that's that one. Sorry, I sort of showed it late. Yes, time for some tricep push-ups. And we gotta keep our hands close. We're gonna do one tricep push-up, walk it to the side. Another. Ready? Walk it to the side. Take your feet wide so you have the stability. So as I bring my hand together, I take my feet extra wide. And I put my hand again to shoulder distance, and that's when my feet can come together. All right? So focus on triceps. Look here, I can come to my knees. Push up, come off my knees, walk, walk. Lateral walk is in a braced plank, straight plank position. All right? So don't forget about that for push-ups. It is always about the plank. And then we bend the elbows. All right, next exercise. Since we're doing 8 exercises in a row, I threw in abs each round because the one thing that kind of gives our heart rate a break. So we're going 4, 3, 2, 1, and straight for 4. Bend knees for 4, straight for 4. If you want to rotate and rotate, you can rotate when your legs are bent and when they are straight. Get those shoulder blades off the floor. Shoulder blades off the floor. You can feel it if it touches the floor. So we're rotating and getting the shoulder blades close to the floor, but not on the floor. This one's a doozy. And break. All right. I forgot the first exercise already. Oh, it's our Everest Climb. All right, so luckily we get to do everything twice because sometimes there's a learning curve for me. I run with these exercises and I try new variations and I practice it and then like, ready? I forget. Everest, 2, 3, 4. You can do extra ones if you want. Doesn't matter. And you can do extra. Get those hips wide, knees out to the side. Push up. Ugh. Definitely felt those triceps there. Yeah? We good? We getting this? This is a different kind of exercise compared to what you're probably used to. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's so much harder than I thought. 3 seconds. Oh, I died. I died on the mountain. Okay. In 15 seconds. So this is our squat and lunge and squat and lunge. Okay? Find your center point. It's like a first aid cross.
Ready?
Jump to your center. Jump wide. Jump front back. Jump wide. Jump front back. Soft landing. Absorb the jump into your leg muscles. Bend and bend and bend into the knees. Yeah, there's a ton of squats and lunges when you do bodyweight exercises. What else did you expect? Hopefully our hips are warmed up, right? 3 seconds. All right, so we have our tricep push-ups with the lateral walk. Any push-up variation you like, really. No rules here. I just position myself. So these are triceps, so our hands are no wider than shoulder distance apart.
Ready?
Ready. Walk it out. Walk it out. Hands on the floor. Brace the abs. Squeeze the butt. Keep that body in a straight line. Even if you're on your knees, it'll be mostly a straight line from your ears through your knees. Unless you're doing kneeling, which is fine, then in that case, you're a straight line from your ears through your hips. All right, spine is straight no matter what position. Spine is always straight. All right, so that was 2 upper bodies. We did upper body, lower upper body, abs. The previous round, if you notice, we did lower body, upper body, abs. I don't know if anyone keeps track of that, but that's the situation. Ready? Let's go. Bend knee, straight leg. Bend knee. I'm doing 4 of each, but you can do 8 of each. You can do non-stop straight leg, which is definitely more challenging. So if you want to stay with the straight leg, go with it. And if you want to stay with the bent knee, go with it. You can do 4 knees and then 8 straight leg. So many options. Keep those shoulder blades off the ground now. All right, pause. Okay, we made it. Wait, 1 more round. And that's it. Time flies. That's like 30 minutes looking by right there. All right, we get a whole minute. I guess I will get off my butt and get a drink of water. How we do? Okay. Last round, squat jump, stay low, knee up. Okay. So you do a squat jump, and if you don't want to jump, you just go up and down. And then you want to stay low, and you go knee, knee. You're already low, so you go up, down, stay low, knee, knee. All right? So it's all about staying loaded and low while you do the obliques. In 20 seconds. So that's the first exercise. Then we'll do another burpee. Okay. So the start position is low. All right? And then the first thing you do is you go up, down. So you either jump and come down, or you stand up and you go down. Let's get down. Ready? Hands behind the head. Chest up. Good. Up, down. It's okay if the needle doesn't actually touch the opposite elbow. The whole idea is that you're staying low, and for a brief moment, you just feel really off balance. But don't worry, you're not going to fall because you're going to put the foot right down. All right? So notice this knee is bending as I lift, and this knee stays bent as I lift. Okay? That's the point. That you're on one leg, knees bent, works on your balance really quickly, but also kind of does a single leg squat. Single leg squat, and jump. Single leg squat. Okay. Oh, I didn't finish, but that's okay. You get the point. Half burpee. So a half burpee means you don't stand up. You go out, back, jump at feet wide, wider than the mat, up, down. So the idea is to jump back really quickly. Jump back, up, out, in, up, out, in. By up, I mean you're in a squat position. You don't straighten up. Hold. Yes, lots of squat in this round. Our first exercise was squat focus too, as is this. But this really challenges your ability to jump back, land in a braced, strong plank. Okay? Land your feet wide, outside the mat. 5 seconds to go. And 3, 2, ugh. Oh. It's good. Go to the side for 3, 2, 1. Jump. 3, 2, 1. You don't have to really jump it. You can step it. Curtsy lunge. Go to me. Here we go. Work, work, work. Stay loaded. Do you feel your leg muscles totally burning out this round? This is the final round. Give me all you got. Lateral, travel, into a curtsy lunge. 3 pulses. 3, 2, 1. My legs are totally burning out, and I trust that yours is too. Our leg muscles should be the strongest muscle in our body with the most amount of endurance. Why? Because it walks every day. It has to transport us from point A to point B every day. So, okay. Abdominals. Actually, it's not. It is our spine work. Because you can't do abs all day and not do the opposing muscle group. So, breaststroke. Reach forward, lift chest. Reach forward, lift chest. This is an arch in the back. It is the opposite of crunching. It is important to do and work on the muscles around our spine, which also helps to stabilize our body from the backside. And look at what's happening with my shoulders. They're doing full range. Reach over the head, around, and back. Your shoulders should be able to do this full range of motion without feelings of impingement. Are you lifting your chest as high as you can here? Oh. Okay. We're going to do a squat jump soon. We're almost there. Okay, I can't feel my legs anymore. So, the first exercise was upper body, abs. And then it was lower body, abs. Which means the fourth round is lower body, upper body, lower body, abs. Which is why this is leg heavy. But by the way, you don't always have to lift the same leg up first. Try to stay as low as you can as you do this knee lift, this oblique. Are you as low as you can be? 3 seconds. Okay, for these half burpees, stop. For these half burpees, let's add a push-up if you can. All right. You can really go fast, back and forth, back and forth. If you don't have the push-up, well, let's just slow it down a little bit with push-ups. All right, ready? So you go in, up, down, back, push-up. Wide squats, push-up. Jump back into that braced position. You can also walk the feet back. Push up on your knees, totally fine. Okay. Oh, big skater curtsy lunge. We're almost done. This, then your spine breaststroke, and we're done. All right, let's get this just in time for our stretch. Here we go. Pulse for 3. 3, 2, 1. Travel. 3. A curtsy lunge, knees are externally rotated. The rotation's at the hip. So your knees and toes should still be aligned with each other. If this bothers your knees, feel free to go lunge straight back. You can step laterally and lunge straight back. Not a problem. Curtsy lunges are just a variation of lunges which involve external rotation at the hip. We got 5 seconds. Okay. Lay in your stomach, and we might not get off the ground after this. So shoulders making a big circle. When you reach the arm back, you lift the chest. Here we go. Let's move. Last exercise here. I want you to keep your chin tucked. There's nothing you need to see. I want the head and neck aligned with the spine. All right, don't strain your neck by trying to look up at the wall. My chest lowers as my arms reach forward. My chest lifts as my arms reach toward my toes. I'm doing like a crunch, but just in the opposite direction. Instead of crunching my shoulders toward my hips, I'm crunching my shoulder blades towards my butt. Okay. All right, I gotta shut that timer off. Oh, geez. Okay, I'll make it over here. Stop. Okay. All right, let's stretch on the ground for a moment. Oh. Okay, first the butt. Ankle over the knee. Pull your legs towards your chest. And then you should feel it right here. Your external rotators as well as your glutes. Whew. Generally want to stretch for at least 20 seconds. There's a debate on how long you need to stretch, but you probably know yourself best. If you only stretch for 5 to 10 seconds, it's usually not long enough to like actually relax into the stretch. All right, so let's switch. In order to make the stretch a little more effective, you need to give yourself time to relax in the stretch. The initial stretch, your body generally sort of fights back against. It says, hey, that doesn't feel great. Are you sure you should stretch that? You're not very flexible. Why are you going into that range of motion that you normally don't do? Because nobody sits like this, right? Now, if you always sit in the straddle splits, that's a different story. All right, so let's get into our hamstrings. So if you always sit like this, then probably get into this position is easy peasy. But I do not, so let's bring the opposite arm across and try to get both hands around that ankle. It's always easy to grab it like this, but let's bring it the opposite arm across. And if you can reach your toe, you can pull that toe back and you'll get a nice calf stretch as well as a hamstring stretch. Now, if you can't reach your toes, just grab whatever you can get, like it's your ankle, and then start to bend into the elbows. And that automatically deepens your stretch when you start to bend your elbows. It pulls your chest and torso closer to your thighs. All right? There's always the initial stretch here. So I'm tighter on my left side. This is my left. Because I'm tighter here, I can't reach as far. See? You can like see the evidence right here. Can't really reach my toe. I can easily reach my toe on the right side. I'm just gonna grab as close to the ankle as I can. But I do want to improve my flexibility on this leg, so I'm going to deepen my stretch where I can. And if I start to do this, hopefully one day I'll be able to reach my toe. You know what it is? I really think my left leg is longer than my right. Because I have to like fold up my pants because it drags on the floor on one side, and it's usually my right side. But anyways, that's a story for another day. My asymmetry. All right, this is great for opening up the hips Again, you can do the straddle splits, but you don't have to. You can just open up the knees here. All right, since we are on the ground and being somewhat resourceful, I don't want to say lazy, we'll just do our quad stretch here. So normally you can do this standing up and you have to worry about balance. Here you do not. Feel the stretch right here, hip flexor, pull that leg behind you, not out to the side. You don't want to twist and rotate your knees. All right, we're doing okay on time. Almost there. As always, thank you all for joining me. And, you know, it's always important to stay for the stretch. And I understand that some people, like myself, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have any more time. I just gotta go take a shower, eat, do whatever I gotta do. And I skip stretching. I won't skip like parts of the workout, but I'll skip the stretching. And maybe that's okay every once in a while, but you don't want to do it regularly, because if you do, you're going to get really tight. If you get tight, you're going to get injured, right? Tight muscles are flexible, and tight muscles are going to be easily strained and pulled. All right, so another thing we haven't really done is our upper body. So let's just quickly stretch the chest, reach those arms open. We did a lot of oblique work today, so let's take the right leg behind the left, take the right tricep. So if you're mirroring me, it would be your right leg in the back and your right elbow up. And if you're not mirroring me, you would do your left. So it's not enough to just put the leg behind. You also kind of want to shove your hip that way toward your right, so you can really get all this stretched on the side here. So now we're doing the other side. So you're gonna push towards, or push away from your back foot. So the reason why we lean away from this tricep is because we're trying to stretch and lengthen this tricep. So we gotta lean away from it. If we went this way, we don't stretch that. Well, thank you so much for joining me for boot camp. I hope that you all feel sore tomorrow, because there's nothing worse than putting all your effort into like a boot camp and then not feeling slightly sore the next day. Soreness does not mean you were weak. Soreness means you put yourself. It means you greeted the challenge head on, right? You didn't take it easy. That's what soreness means. Soreness doesn't mean you're out of shape. It means that you went above and beyond your typical exertions, right? You did what's called muscle overload. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you all next week.